careful. Again, just more lies. But here's the thing. California is the only one that oil companies are gouging. Why aren't they doing that to Georgia or Florida or these other states that have lower gas prices? Because of their policies. That's why people are paying more there. What Gavin Newsom wants to do, what he's doing in California, what Biden wants to do nationally is government-dictated green energy policies. They want to kneecap fossil fuels and reliable energy. We've already seen what's happened in California. They have rolling blackouts. He actually implemented a mandate to buy electric vehicles. So pretty soon in California, you're not going to be able to buy a normal car, only electric vehicles. And they celebrated that as like a great thing. A couple days later, there was a notice from the state government telling all EV owners, do not plug in your EV because they don't have enough grid capacity. So he is walking his people into a big time disaster. What Biden wants to do is he wants to take the California model. He wants to impose that nationally. He wants to take away your ability to purchase the car that you want. He wants to kneecap reliable energy. And he wants to bring these rolling blackouts all across the United States of America. It doesn't work. It's going to cause huge problems. We have more energy here. We can be the dominant energy producer in the world,
Florida.
and that's what we're going to do. Florida is not a big energy state. We have the Marcellus Shale. We have the West Texas. We have all of that. So let's do that. No forcing electric vehicles.
We got to take a break.
Save the American automobile.
When we come back, we'll continue the great state, red state, blue state debate. More with Governor Ron DeSantis, more with Governor Gavin Newsom as we continue. Thank you for being with us from Alpharetta, Georgia.
All right. Oh, Alpharetta, Georgia. Oh, yeah, it's in Alpharetta, Georgia. So it's in your area, your neck of the woods, Ice Wolf. Hello, guys. My name is Frank. Hope you guys will give me a subscribe and ring the bell before you leave. I do a news show Sunday through Thursday, and maybe tomorrow, at noon Eastern. Okay? Noon Eastern, unless it's a special event that crosses over, like today's hearing. Yeah, you guys might like the show. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I make jokes and things. But anyways, yeah, I was not expecting Newsom to bomb this badly. Holy crap. Yeah, he definitely, what Newsom needs is a debate moderated by CNN or NBC. One or the other when they can like bring up just questions that avoid everything that matters, you know, like not talk about gas prices, not talk about, you know, people leaving the state, not talk about, you know, unemployment, not talk about things like that. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I was like, whoa, wow, I wasn't expecting him to bomb this badly, but okay, you know. Anyways, hello guys. It's bad. Oh, I'm reading. Oh, but yeah, by the way, I'm gonna drop you guys a link right now to my website. Is thenpcshow.com, THENPCSHOW. Links also in the description. You can find all the places that I stream, Kick, Rumble. We do lots of extended watch parties there, by the way. Watch movies sometimes. And also, if you want to support the channel, keep it alive, I got a Cash App, buy me a coffee, subscribe, start, and a Patreon. The links for that are also in the description on YouTube, or you can find them all on my website. And all my channels, yeah, 12 Rumble channels and 9 YouTube channels. Have I set this one up yet? Anyways, also I got a mailing list on the right hand side. You can sign up. I send an email before I go live. It's pretty simple, you know. And when things happen, like if I get banned from somewhere, I'll let you guys know. But yes, we're having a good time here. Just on commercial break. And so California didn't lose 2 House seats. I lied that they did. I'm not sure what you mean. Yes, they did. They lost 2 House seats, I think. 1 or 2. They lost House seats though, that's for sure. Anywho, hello. Let's see where we at. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell for notifications. News show every day, Sunday through Thursday, Sunday through Friday, really. I don't know, I might do a show tomorrow. Depends on the news. If I don't have anything to talk about, then probably not. I got a turkey to prep. I'm doing Thanksgiving a week late. So, 2 losers debating. Rick M is 100% correct. Here's some lights and confetti for Rick for the smartest answer all day. 2 losers debating. That is correct. 2 points for that one. Thank you, Rick M. Anyways. Rose says share this out, guys. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'll tell you this. I'm actually pretty proud of DeSantis for doing so good. Apparently, he's a whole lot better one-on-one. He's still not my president. I'll never vote for the guy. But he makes us proud, right? He makes us proud. He represents the things we stand for. At least that, you know. Yeah, I'll tell you what else I like. I like 5'8" DeSantis swinging upwards at 6'1" or whatever the hell he is, swinging upwards and knocking him out. I like that so much better. He doesn't need those lifters, okay? He does not need those elevator shoes. 5'8", he's doing great. This is the attitude we need out of that guy, and he should have had this all along, you know. But not 2024. He can run in 2028 if he wants. I'm still gonna push for Kerry Lake in 2028. So it's not likely that he'll get my support anyways, unless there's nobody else, unless it's him and Nikki Haley, right? Then it's like, okay, you know, let's just go ahead and drone strike Mexico then. I like DeSantis' idea, huh? Yeah, guys, he wants to drone strike the cartels in Mexico. You know, because Israel wants to colonize Mexico and make that the new Zionist state. Yeah. Anywho, let's say they're gonna start right now. Oh, well, why? Hold on. What's going on? What's going on? Why is it frozen? Uh-oh. Okay, there it goes. Oh, it's buffering. You gotta be kidding me. What's going on? Is me internet down? Yes? 1 second, guys. I'm just refreshing. Bop-boppy. There we go. Just in time.
Welcome back to Hannity, the great red state, blue state debate. We continue with Governor Gavin Newsom, Governor Ron DeSantis. According to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, these are the numbers for the homeless population in each of your states. It is a big problem around the country. In the state of California, it is 172,000. In Florida, it is 26,000. Now, the per capita numbers are pretty much the same. For California, it is 44 per 10,000 people, while Florida has 12 per 10,000 people. So, Governor DeSantis, I ask you, why the disparity? What are the policies you are implementing that is different from that of California?
California is adopting leftist policies. Gavin Newsom was governor or mayor of San Francisco. He put out a 10-year plan like 20 years ago. He was going to end homelessness. Then a few years later, he had another plan. And now he says he's going to do, and it's only gotten worse. In the last 10 years in California, the homeless has gone up 45%. It's gone down in Florida 45%. But it's caused a huge problem with quality of life in California. The people that flee always bring up this. They've really empowered lawlessness and drug use. And, you know, Gavin Newsom at one point tried to say that California was the freedom state. And I just kind of laughed, like, you're locking people down, you're doing all this. But then I thought about it. You know, California does have freedoms that some people don't, that other states don't. You have the freedom to defecate in public in California. You have the freedom to pitch a tent on Sunset Boulevard. You have the freedom to create a homeless encampment under a freeway and even light it on fire. You have the freedom to have an open-air drug market and use drugs. You have the freedom, if you're an illegal alien, to get all these taxpayer benefits. So those are freedoms. They're not the freedoms our founding fathers envisioned, but they have contributed to the destruction of the quality of life in California, and the results speak for themselves. People are leaving the state because they have failed in addressing the homeless population.
Well, I love the rant on freedom. I mean, here's a guy who's criminalizing teachers, criminalizing doctors, criminalizing librarians, and criminalizing women that seek their reproductive care. You're making it harder to vote. You're banning books. I mean, spare me this notion of freedom. Ask the folks at Disney about freedom and free enterprise. Ask the folks at the Special Olympics that you threatened to fine with $27 million.
Because they were discriminating against the athletes.
Who goes after Special Olympians
when it comes to the issue, Down syndrome,
Ron, of homelessness?
That is wrong. That's being a liberal bully. That's being a bully.
Really?
They had Down syndrome, and you wanted to discriminate against them.
$27 million
They were discriminating against because they were discriminating against the athletes. They wanted to marginalize the athletes, and you wanted the athletes marginalized. That was wrong what you did. These are kids with Down syndrome that just wanted to compete.
I grew up working aid to adoption of special kids. I've been working with Special Olympians all my life.
You wanted them to be ostracized.
You threatened to fine Special Olympians
from Florida.
$27 million
because we stood up for her.
This is the way you treat. By the way, no, hold on.
It's your turn.
But let me say, I can handle that. I can handle it. I'm used to that. But you know what?
You wanted her
your
not to
attacks
compete.
on the trans community, your attack on the gay and lesbian community.
That's wrong.
You attack vulnerable communities. You attack women.
And we made sure they could compete.
Ron, relax. I can handle it. I'm used to bullying. You're nothing but a bully.
You're a bully.
I understand that. intimidating and humiliating people. That's your calling card.
Why did you want the
And by
Special
the way,
Olympians not
how
to
well
be able
is
to
it going
compete?
for you?
Why
How
did you
well
want
is
them
this
not to be able to compete?
How well is this
Why do you
campaign
not
going?
want them to be
He's
able
not
to
going to let me
compete?
talk, so
I
I'll
don't
talk to the
understand
American
why you
people.
want to discriminate
Again,
against
I'll
an
remind
athlete
you,
with Down
Gentlemen, let's
the
syndrome.
blueprint,
He wanted them
the
to be
blueprint
excluded from
for
the
Florida
Special Olympics.
has put Ron
gentlemen, if I
DeSantis
can.
41 points down
Let's go
to
back.
Donald Trump as you try to get tough
We said
and
that.
out-Trump Trump.
Let's go back to
on
the
issue of
homelessness.
homelessness. It's been an issue for decades in the making in the state of California, ever since we started shuttering down our mental health institutions back in the day, in Ronald Reagan's day. The difference is I'm the first governor in California history to take this head on. We are investing unprecedented resources, more accountability. We've gotten 68,000 people off the streets, close to 6,000 encampments we've gotten off the streets. We've also invested in unprecedented resources in reforming our behavioral health system. Ron has literally the worst mental health system in America, forgive me, outside of Mississippi and Texas. And so with all due respect to being lectured on some of these topics, Ron DeSantis is not the one I'm going to be listening
30-second response. You're, well, I'm looking at total time. Governor DeSantis, about 2 minutes.
He needs it.
This is a map of San Francisco. There's a lot of plots on that. You may be asking, what is that plotting? Well, this is an app where they plot the human feces that are found on the streets of San Francisco. And you see how almost the whole thing is covered, because that is what has happened in one of the previous greatest cities this country's ever had. Human feces is now a fact of life, except when a communist dictator comes to town. Then they cleaned up the streets. They lined the streets with Chinese flags. They didn't put American flags there. They cleaned everything up. So they're willing to do it for a communist dictator, but they're not willing to do it for their own people.
I want to get in with the limited time we have left. I want to get, there are two very important issues we have not hit. After the Hamas terror attacks on October the 7th, we have seen what is nothing short of a disturbing outbreak of virulent hatred, anti-Semitism around the world, in the halls of our Congress, on American streets, on college campuses. Last month, outside in Sydney Opera House in Australia. We've seen it all over Europe, but in Australia, anti-Israeli protesters literally in this day and age chanting, "Gas the Jews, F the Jews." In American cities, we have protesters calling for global Islamic war and demanding that Israel be wiped off the map, or in the words of Congresswoman Tlaib, from the river to the sea. Israel, meanwhile, is vowing to eradicate the terrorist group Hamas. But according to a report in the New York Times this week, U.S. officials have warned Israel that they need more to fight more surgically in Gaza. Governor Newsom, 30 seconds for you. We have to cut back on time.
All right.
How can Israel win the war against this terrorist group using surgical strikes and directions from Joe Biden?
Israel. I visited Israel. I met with families, hostages. I saw videos of children being killed in front of their parents, parents being killed in front of their children. I saw a beheading with a garden hoe. This is not complicated to me. This is a fight between good and evil. Hamas is a terrorist organization, and they need to be eliminated, not just for the people of Israel and Jews around the world, but for the Palestinians themselves. But when it comes to the issue of anti-Semitism, you just mentioned a lot of things that have been occurring on Ron DeSantis's watch. He said nothing.
You're calling him anti-Semitic?
Marching. I'm saying he countenanced anti-Semitism, and now he's finally talking a big game ever since October 7th. How about the masked man marching in the street? Jews get the rope.
Gentlemen,
you said nothing.
Governor DeSantis.
Nothing on these issues. Look at the record.
Governor DeSantis.
Than a second Holocaust. They want to destroy Israel and wipe every single Jew off the map. Israel has every right to defend itself to the hilt. Biden should not be kneecapping them in any way, shape, or form. And by the way, Biden stranded a lot of American citizens over there. We're trying to get home. So I did an executive order in Florida, and we sent planes over to Israel right in the aftermath of October 7th, and we saved over 700 Americans, mostly Floridians, but not all, because Biden wouldn't do it. Finally, Biden started dumping people in Greece, and then they were sending a bill to the Americans just to get to Greece. If you come to this country illegally, they will pay to fly you all over the place. They'll put you up in a hotel at no expense. But yet our own citizens fleeing a war zone, they're going to send you a bill. Joe Biden failed those people, and we stepped up and got it.
Let me ask you. I want to turn to the
anti-Semitism
we don't have a lot of time
on your streets for years.
I want to turn to the issue, gentlemen, of China. I talk about this often. Intellectual property theft, unfair trade practices. China has been hostile to our fighter jets in international airspace, hostile to our Navy in international waterways. We know all about the China spy balloon that happened, 8 days right across the United States over military installations. The communist Chinese, they have nationals buying up thousands of acres of ranch land, farmland, and land near military installations. Their hostility towards Taiwan. They are, Governor DeSantis, our #1 geopolitical foe. I don't see that the Biden administration has been tough with them. What would you do differently?
Well, first, in Florida, we banned China from buying land in our state because you're right. You don't want them buying farmland or land near military bases. So we acted. We also got the Confucius Institutes out of our universities. China should not be involved in our universities at all. What you need to do is you need to have hard power in the Indo-Pacific to deter China's ambitions. You need to take the economy, and we need to decouple from China. We're dependent on them for so many things. And then finally, we need to get serious about their influence in this country. They shouldn't be able to buy farmland anywhere. I can tell you this, I would not go to China and grovel in front of Xi like Gavin Newsom did. He says China's a partner on climate change. China's adding 2 new coal plants every year. China's laughing at us with what they're doing. So yes, they're the #1 threat we face, and we need to take it seriously, and Joe Biden is not doing that.
This is just a reminder, you know, I think it's a question some people are probably asking. I know Nikki Haley's campaign is asking, when are you going to drop out and at least give Nikki Haley a shot to take down Donald Trump in this nomination? She laid you out.
Please.
You're a walking hypocrite.
You're
a walking hypocrite
What about
on
China?
the issue of China. This is the guy that was looking for direct foreign trade from China, was doing trade shows,
That is
open
false.
up an awesome.
That's already been debunked. And you talk about the liberal fact checkers. Even the liberal fact checkers
Donald
did
Trump
that.
himself today called you Red Ron for a reason, because of your complete hypocrisy.
All right, we're almost out of time.
Talking a big game. I confronted Xi on the issue of fentanyl, Ron. I confronted them
Not on human rights. You didn't.
I absolutely did, with the foreign minister and the vice president and other leaders in China. You talk a big game. Meanwhile,
we're
you haven't done anything
time.
except tweet things
Final
out.
question, Governor DeSantis. We owe you about 90 seconds, but you get the last word as per the coin flip.
What are you giving me? 5 seconds? What do I get?
No, I'll do okay. I'll be a little more generous than that. Look. It's been a very passionate debate tonight. Actually, it's been fun to be a part of. I think the American people will decide. Governing philosophies could not be more different. But let me ask you this, kind of a fun question. You both clearly love your states. You visited each other's state. Governor DeSantis, you can take as much time as you want. You have an extra 90 seconds. What is your favorite thing about the state of California? And
I give him 5 minutes for this.
go right ahead.
That's a good question.
All right, we'll stay longer. 5 minutes, Governor.
When I got orders as a Navy lieutenant to go to Naval Amphibious Base Coronado, I had not spent any real time in California in my life. Florida native, and I'm very proud of the state. But I got down there, and that Strand is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. And then all up and down, just a tremendous coastline. I do believe California has more natural advantages than any state in the country, which is why when you have so many people leaving on net, you know, that's hard to do. Like, people don't want to leave there because it really is such a beautiful area. And I'm proud of the military installations that are there. I'm proud of what the Navy's been able to do in conjunction with the state. It was really important duty. It really helped forge me as an individual and as an American. And so I'll always have very, very fond memories of that nice Strand down there in Southern California.
I love that. I mean, Ronald Reagan.
No, what do you? I don't know what you love
Reagan
about
used to
California.
call California the coast of dreams. By the way,
What do you love about Florida?
What I love about your question is the comedy in the question, meaning, you know what? We all want to be loved. We need to be loved. We all want to be protected, respected, and connected. I think there is a unity frame here.
Okay.
You said it well. I mean, Ron, I have no doubt Ron DeSantis loves this country. I love this country. It's not about red versus blue. It's red, white, and blue. The United States of America. And I think we're all better off, and we're all better off. And so I appreciate this conversation. I appreciate you, Ron, being a family man. You got 3 incredible kids. I appreciate your wife, your sacrifice, and I appreciate your military service. But I also appreciate we do have fundamental differences about the fate and future of this country. And that's why I'm going to be working so hard to get Joe Biden and Kamala Harris reelected in 2024.
You couldn't resist. You had to go right back to 2024. All right, here's the last question. Would you do this again?
Well, you know what?
I hope we could do
you know who
another
should be
half
debating?
hour. I got all night.
Joe Biden
Let's
should
keep
show
doing
up
it.
to a debate.
That's why I want to
Donald Trump should go up to a
I have
debate.
another 20 minutes, and I've got a lot of questions.
I'm happy to.
You want to stay?
Let's just do an extended hour. I'm happy to do it.
Okay. Then
this has been fun.
I think it's been fun, and I think it's been more entertaining. I'm sorry to the guests that I've been invited. I got to take a break, though, in the meantime. We've got to pay some bills. It's not a cheap set we built for y'all. I hope you like it. Courtesy of your favorite channel, Fox News, and you do admit you watch often. We'll take a break. They've agreed to stay. Well, that's
wow. They're gonna keep going, guys.
Continue on the other side.
Oh man, they're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep going. This is great. This is great. Wait. Yeah, they're going to commercial break. They're gonna keep going. Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Look at that. See, that's the energy. That's the energy and attitude we need out of DeSantis in all his debates. If we at least had that, we wouldn't be. I mean, Nikki Haley wouldn't even be close. Vivek wouldn't even be close. But unfortunately, when he's sharing a stage with 5 people, it's hard to get a word in, right? Oh wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by Meatball because he has not been impressive this entire time. So good to see that energy. I hope he brings it to this next debate, whatever they have. But he's not polling very well in New Hampshire. He's in 5th place in New Hampshire. He might get boosted today. I'll tell you that much. Getting this kind of exposure tonight, he might get a boost. Vivek is a major red flag, man. Sean Young says, I do like. Yeah, people eat up the Vivek pump. I mean, you know, he's funny, you know, but for whatever reason, during a time when he was a millionaire, he took tuition money from the Paul and Daisy Foundation, which is George Soros' brother. Okay, he had millions of dollars. Why do you need this guy to pay for your college? That's because that's a buyout. You guys get it? So, anyways, guys, subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell. I do a show every Sunday through Thursday and sometimes Fridays at noon Eastern. But yeah, Vivek is a major red flag. He says all the things you want to hear. He says everything you want to hear, you know. But he and by the way, you know, if you're wondering why he's a billionaire, he created a database that helped the government track who has taken the mandate and who has not. So he's a globalist. He's an absolute globalist. Okay? He's not what you think he is. He says all the things you want to hear. There's no chance that he's going to be a good one. Okay. Think about it this way. Think about how fast his rise was. Okay. He was on CNN. He was on MSNBC. He was on Fox. He was everywhere. He was placed there. Do you understand that? He was placed there, just like Lex Friedman placed there. Okay. Because they're Zionism loyalists. That's why. Go look up. There are videos, by the way, on YouTube that they chart out all of Lex Friedman's political guests. 70% Zionists. 70%. Okay. Never mind being inclusive of all different backgrounds and political parties and beliefs. No, they were all just Jews. All of them. 70%, okay? And by the way, the remaining 30 was simply like unconfirmed or they're not. So it might even be higher than that. So all these people are in these big places who have a very big microphone. They were all placed there, okay? You guys gotta understand that about Vivek. Well, ask yourself this: what has he ever done for the country? He has not served, okay? He didn't even start voting till what, 2018? Something like that, right? He didn't care about politics, not to mention that he was also seen. There was a thing a long time ago, where it was a town hall for Democrats. Okay, not only was Pete Buttigieg there when he was very young, but Vivek was also there. They're both there. Okay, Vivek is not what you think he is at all. He is an absolute car salesman. He knows exactly what to say. He knows exactly how to pull out your heartstrings. I would be willing to bet that the establishment is going to try to cheat him in, because I don't think that they think Nikki Haley can beat JB. So they'll probably, even though Nikki Haley, by the way, been taking a lot of DeSantis's campaign donors over the past couple of weeks. So they might actually be going back to him this after today, because he's doing really good. He's doing really, really good. But Vivek, no. Vivek is red flag. Here you go, guys.
All right, welcome back to Hannity, a red state, blue state debate. By mutual agreement, both candidates had other commitments, and they realized afterwards they couldn't stay longer, but we appreciate them all being here tonight. Okay, what did you think about it? Was there a winner, loser, winners, losers? You get to react. Anyway, here joining us, co-host of The Five and former Democratic Congressman Harold Ford Jr., along with the co-host of Outnumbered, Kayleigh McEnany, Fox News contributor Ari Fleischer. Kayleigh, we start with you. That was a very low-energy debate. That's my first observation.
And mine was the opposite. I know you're being facetious. What an edifying, constructive, smart hour with fact-based questions. Sean, one of the best events I've seen in a very long time.
I guess that's it.
So well done.
I don't think he got the permission from. Gosh, it looks so great. I don't think they got the permission to go on for another hour from the producers, which they should. I don't know why you can do that. Biggest mistake tonight, Fox. Biggest mistake tonight. You should have let them keep going.
And what the
Yeah, they're not going. Anyways, guys, make sure you guys give me a subscribe and ring the bell for notification. I do a news show every Sunday through Thursday and sometimes Fridays at noon Eastern. You can find everywhere that I stream on my website. You can find ways to support the channel, keep it alive. Cash out, buy me a coffee, subscribe to our Patreon, sign up for the newsletter on the right hand.